I'm Matt Wiederhold. Welcome to another edition of Medina Minute. Today we're going to sit down and talk with some of the faces and the people that you see around town and learn a little bit more about their stories and how they ended up in our town. Well, thank you for joining us today. We're here with Amy Demlow from Critchfield, and Johnston.
Yes.
Amy, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thanks for having me.
How did world-renowned lawyer end up in Medina, Ohio?
Oh, by luck and a little planning.
By luck. How was that luck? How did you end up here?
So, I came from our Worcester office, but if I could travel back a little bit in time,
Yeah.
I grew up in the Youngstown area.
Okay.
From a very blue-collar family. Was looking at going to schools out of state, and my dad kept saying, no, 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 think Ohio public school. Went to the University of Akron, and I started working at the law library. I was crazy. I took classes and scheduled them from 8 to noon, and then had nothing to do in the afternoon, so I needed a job.
Sure.
And so got to know some of the local bar and some of the judges there, and they convinced me that if I liked business, the University of Akron was a good place to go to law school because they had a joint degree program to get a Master of Tax.
So you
or an
didn't
MBA.
start out in law.
So I started out in undergrad with accounting.
Okay.
And then when I went to law school, I decided, you know what, I still like the business angle of it. I didn't want to be a prosecutor or a defender, although I took some of those classes just to confirm that. But I really liked the counseling role.
It's good to know. It's like, nope, I can check this off.
It was.
Not my interest.
I have a great story.
That's funny.
I have a great story about that too. So anyhow, ended up doing a dual program. The University of Akron offers a business degree and a law degree, and so was there with my husband, and we just thought we were always going to be in Akron. And I answered a blind ad. I was working. The market was soft. Ended up with an accounting firm. But decided I really wanted to be the lawyer, so looking for new opportunities, sent in a blind resume, ended up with a law firm in Worcester, 2 offices at that time.
Nice.
When they decided to expand to Medina, I set them in.
Very cool.
That's how I got here.
So, well, good. So you said you had a funny story about prosecuting.
So I have a funny story about confirming that I did not want to be any kind of trial attorney. So again, market was a little soft. I thought, gee, if I have to hang up my own shingle, I should probably know about this.
Right.
So there's a trial advocacy class that was taught by some adjunct professors to very well-known trial attorneys in Summit County. So you go through the whole process. You go through voir dire, you work on opening statements, direct and cross-examination, closing argument, and then you do a trial. And then they give you a in-person critique. And they said, you started off great, voir dire, opening statement, and then it was just all kind of downhill from that, which just kind of confirmed that that was not my forte.
What is the word you're saying? Voir dire?
Voir dire,
What is that?
Like to examine. So it's when you have your witness pool, right, and you're asking questions in jury selection. So
Gotcha.
that's what it is.
So what is it that you specialize in now?
So now I do primarily business work for local businesses, and I do some estate planning for those business owners and other individuals. Our firm primarily does a lot of business work handling all aspects, whether it's reviewing a contract or deciding to form a new entity or having an employment issue, needing to collect from a customer. So we're kind of a full service firm in that regard.
Okay. She grew up in Youngstown, studied in Akron, worked in Worcester. When they were ready to expand, what made you so excited to come here? How did you know about this little place?
How did I know about this little piece of paradise?
Yeah.
So I've been here, visiting the square obviously is like, the main attraction to come here.
Sure.
I had a partner, Bob Berry, who was from Medina and was always, got me tickets to the Medina County Fair, so I was always going to the fair and bringing me to other local events. And so, it reminded me a lot of the community I grew up in with neighborhoods. The size of the high school is about the same as I went to, so I could really envision having a family here and my
Yeah.
kids being part of the community.
Cool,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So what is it about this town? Like, do you have, when you drive through town, is there a favorite building that hits you that you really love, or what captures you about the essence? What did you call this little piece of paradise?
Gosh, I love the library.
The library is a pretty incredible place.
The history and the architecture there, I love that.
Yeah.
I think if I was a litigator, maybe I'd say the courthouse, but I'm not. But I think, you know, coming to the park, right? Coming to the farmers market on a Saturday, to the special events, to candlelight walk, you know, there's a real sense of community. And so when you're here and you look around, if you bring somebody who doesn't live around here, they look around, they're like, this is special.
It is special.
And so I don't think that feeling is lost on me, even though I've been here 22 years. And sometimes I still feel like a newbie,
Yeah.
even though I've been here that long.
So you moved here, you raised your family here.
Raised my family here.
Yeah, and family is still in town, still involved?
So my oldest works for our law firm right now.
Oh, okay,
he
cool.
recently bought a condo here in Medina.
Nice.
And my youngest is finishing up his best years at Ohio University, and he should graduate.
Best years.
He should graduate. He should graduate at the end of April. I always say that, living
Yeah.
his best life, right?
Do you think
now.
he'll stay here as well, or spread his wings and go explore?
So I think right now he's kind of focused on maybe going to Columbus, but he says, I see myself back in northeastern Ohio.
Really?
I think I need a detour. Like as I'm coming, I probably need a pit stop before I come up this way.
Nice.
But he loves this area.
Okay. You're a busy woman. Like, you're not only, what are you, managing partner or
I am.
chief guru of the don't mess with me at the office? No, you're really not. You're an incredibly kind person.
Well, yes.
but I think you're incredibly kind. But you're involved with that. You're involved with so many other nonprofits. Do you ever get time, just Amy time? Like, what do you do to relax and just chill out, forget everything?
So I try. So a year ago, I made a commitment to my health.
Good for you.
And
Okay.
I started working out with a personal trainer.
Nice.
And I am not a morning person, so that was the time I scheduled it because, right, that was the time I had that I was otherwise being lazy.
Don't like doing it, not a morning person, but I'm going to focus on my health at 6:30 in the morning.
Right, because you know what, you don't
Good
think
for you.
about it, Matt. You know what, like my alarm goes off and you just get up and do it.
Yeah.
So at that point,
Okay.
I'm not engaged in work yet. So
That's a good point.
That's a good point. So I do that, and I like to golf. So
Okay.
those are my kind of like two
Yeah.
personal treats, if you will.
Do you like working with a trainer? Like, working out is just, it's tough. Some people get a complete high off of it, and some people dredge through it. I would be the dredge through it.
So I thought it was really important to get strong,
Okay.
to manage balance and joint. You know, as you get older, it's kind of funny. It's not about being skinny. It's about being able to get off the floor if you're sitting on the floor.
That's a really good point. So just getting strong and focusing on your physical health.
Yeah. And I was disappointed. So last year in 2021, I went on a ski trip with some friends, and I didn't ski. And I'd been a skier in my youth, and it was sad that I wasn't out there participating because I didn't feel like I was strong enough or capable anymore.
Okay.
And so I decided I was going to work out for a year, and my goal was to go skiing this February, and I did it.
Good for you. And where did you go?
We went to Beaver Creek in Colorado.
Good time?
It was a great time.
I have not gone skiing since probably my junior year of high school. We went someplace in Michigan, went down the hill, did okay, took off the skis to walk, hit the patch of ice, fell on my bum, and couldn't move for an hour. I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to the lodge. But you like it.
I like
Are you
it.
Are you like downhill, like speed?
No,
speed?
I'm not a speed.
You're doing slaloms and jumps and
well,
stuff?
No. Shushing, right? Kind of just
shushing.
down, just kind of down the hill at a leisurely
a nice
pace.
leisurely shush.
Right. No moguls. I'm not in a race.
Okay. Because you
Yes.
know there's like Baileys and hot chocolate at the bottom of the hill,
Exactly.
right? All right, fair enough.
Right.
So golf, another sport that I just don't understand. Putt, all about it. Golf, I don't get it. Is golf a necessary part of a professional career?
I think it's helpful.
Yeah.
Honestly, every law student that interviews with us or every new hire, I ask them, I said, do you golf? And sometimes the
What if
answer
they
is
say
no.
no?
Well, I tell them, I said, that's okay. You know, do you have an interest in learning?
You're like, that's okay.
So next.
Yeah.
No, so you only have to be good enough to play in a scramble, right? So various nonprofits, the chamber, they all have
That's
a
true.
golf scramble, right? So
Yeah.
you need to know kind of what club to grab. So you're not grabbing the putter on the tee box and your driver on the green. But at the end of the day, it is a way to connect with people, and not all our clients enjoy golfing, but
Yeah.
I always ask the question, and I say, let's go out and have some fun. So I'm hoping to get the young people some lessons here soon. So
I think that's a great business opportunity for someone, is for young professionals, introduce them to golf. Golfing 101 for dummies.
you know what?
How to make a deal on the green.
How to make a deal on the green, and you know what? You can do it all your life, right? So you
That's
don't
true.
age out of that.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
true.
hopefully you also get some personal enjoyment. I like
Okay.
it because it gets me outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for a good giggle, you and I someday will hit the course.
Oh,
Like, give me a putter, I'm down with it.
You
Anything
bet.
beyond that,
I could see you with the driver too.
as long as I don't miss the ball, that's okay. That would be quite mortifying, actually. I'm curious, your dream of dreams, this is one of my favorite questions. Dream of dreams, money no object, time no object. What's your dream trip? What's that one
My
place that you want to go
dream
and
trip?
explore? Yeah.
I would love to go to New Zealand and Australia, and I always
Okay.
say that's my dream trip because it's so far to get there. I have been lucky enough to explore parts of Europe, and I want to get back there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to South America. I hope to get there. Ecuador's on my short list. There, the Galapagos Islands.
This is not a country that comes up normally. I love it. I mean, Ecuador, that's where bananas come from, because that's what it says on the sticker. Are you a reader?
Honestly, I
Okay,
used to.
fair enough.
I used to read when I was younger, but because I read so much during
that's
the
true.
day,
You're right.
it's
You're right.
And right now, like I catch up on news on my phone or on a tablet. But if I'm on vacation on the beach, like a
Yeah.
good trashy romance novel, I do read that when I'm on vacation.
Give you the Fabio and the Harlequin. So if you have decided that you are going to Australia, one of my favorite authors is Bill Bryson, and he writes this whole book about a trip to Australia. And I don't think we as North Americans realize how big that place is, and it's an island. So there are animals and things on that island that exist nowhere else in the world, and he does an amazing job of capturing that.
I will get that from
You
you.
should, or I'll lend it to you.
Okay.
Do you think you'll ever retire? Like, you are so driven and you have such verve and life about you. What's your next chapter?
So when I talk about retirement, most people who know me, they just laugh.
They laugh, right?
Right. In our profession, and particularly with our firm, you have the ability to slow down if you
Okay.
want. So maybe retirement doesn't mean quitting, but it means working less. Maybe 40 hours instead of 60 hours.
Working less. I thought you were going to give me this great thing, like, old lawyers never retire, they just file briefs? I don't know.
I don't do that kind of
That's
law, so,
terrible.
yeah.
I know, I appreciate that. Amy, thank you so much for sitting down with me today and sharing a little bit about yourself and your passions. And you and I are going golfing. Actually, you're going golfing. I'm going to look like a fool, but we're going to laugh and have fun.
We're going to have a great time, Max.
All right, fair enough. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.